Man, I just love steel equipment. Steel is the way to go. Just my favorite of anything. Okay, so Jaybird here with a video about something besides steel, actually. I want to talk about spreaders today. So I have 3 spreaders here, and talk about spreading a little bit because next week I'm going to be spreading at my other house in Richmond, RVA, Virginia. So 3 different kinds of spreaders here. This is an older spreader that I've had. It's a Scots. All 3 of these are Scots. It's a rotary spreader. That means when you roll it, this right here broadcasts it. So it's a broadcasting rotary type of spreader. The seed drops down onto this spinner and the seed gets flung everywhere. Same as this one. This one has a little better features I'll get to in a second. So the way it works is you fill the hopper, and this one's about 5 gallons or so. I don't know the exact amount. And you check the product, whether you're putting down seed or fertilizer or a lime or something. On the bag will be a measurement for this. So what is the setting to broadcast it at the right rate? And so here's what that looks like on a few bags. One thing about the spreaders is how do you know what setting to set the spreader to? I showed you the gauges on all 3 of those. They have certain settings. Well, if you look at the bags that you buy, almost all the bags will have a setting on them already. Especially if you buy a Scots product. All the Scots products, so this is a crabgrass halts, and on the back it's really clearly labeled. It says 2 1/4 for Scots broadcast rotary spreaders. Here's another Scots product, starter fertilizer. Put this down with new grass, which I'm going to put down in my RVA yard. And so the setting here, it just says Scots broadcast rotary spreaders 3 1/4. So very simple. I just follow the instructions. 3 1/4. Put it in my spreader. There you go. Now those settings aren't just on Scots products. This is a mole and gopher repellent, which I have a lot of moles down here at Lake Gaston, North Carolina, where I'm at now. You know, this stuff works, it doesn't work, but even on here it says spreading Scots broadcast rotary spreaders 2. So it has a little section here. Here's what you set your spreader to. So it doesn't have to be a Scots product. My favorite fertilizer, Milorganite, right? If you've been watching me do these YouTubes, you know I like Milorganite. It's good stuff. So even Milorganite, where is it? Yeah, here you go. Milorganite spreader model, Scots basic, blah blah blah, set it to 11 1/2. You know, so even Milorganite tells you what to set your Scots spreader to. Other products do as well. So that's how you know what you're doing. Okay, so the way this works is you put, for this particular one, you dial the setting. It can be 3, 4, 5, goes up to like 12 or 13. So that's how you set the setting, and when you pull it up, it's on. So when I pull it up, the hole opens up and the product goes down onto the broadcaster, and the wheel is on a regular cog, so that as long as I'm pushing it, it gets spread out. So very simple. This one I've had for several years. It's got plastic wheels and there's some metal that's kind of rusted. I don't like plastic as much as I like rubber wheels. But very simple spreader. It works. Again, on, off. So this one, also a broadcast spreader. This is the Pro. Differences. So this one's about 30 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark. This one's about 80 bucks. Much bigger popper. I'd say maybe 8 gallons of hopper here. Much bigger. A lot of it's more plastic as opposed to metal that will rust. So this one works a little differently. There's a dial right here for the setting. This one goes from 2 to 15. So same principle. As the product goes down and the wheels turn, it's broadcast out. And I'll show you how far it broadcasts here in a minute. So another big difference here with this one is it's got rubber wheels. I like rubber better. It grips the grass better. It's a smoother ride. Sometimes the plastic can slip, especially if things are wet or if you have it really heavily weighted down, or if it's light even. But rubber works better. It grips the lawn better. So this is the Edge Guard Scots Pro Edge Guard. The reason it's called an Edge Guard is because it has an edge feature here. Right here, you can see it's off. If I turn it on, it moves this edge out here, and that way when I'm spreading, it doesn't spread it on this side, it only spreads it on this side. So that's good if you're trying to like not put it into the road or into like a flower bed or something. So this is good so that you can control where it's going more. So that's a big difference. The tires, the Edge Guard, and the quality, it's built better. It's a lot of plastic that won't rust, and it's rubber tires. So those are the two broadcast spreaders I have. And this one is a drop spreader. So like I said, about 30 bucks, about 80 bucks. This is about 65 bucks. And there are all sorts of brand names. You don't have to get Scots. But I buy what's at the store, the big stores, and pretty much is what they got. Everything else you got to get online. So drop spreaders, they don't broadcast out whatever you're laying out. It just goes straight down. So the reason I have this is because I have a curb. My neighborhood is curbed, and then there's a strip of grass, and then there's a sidewalk. So this strip of grass is like, it's about 3 feet wide. And so if I use one of these, even using the Edge Guard, the product goes all over the place. It either goes all over the sidewalk or all over the road. There's no two edges. It only has one edge. So that's why I need the drop spreader, so that I can just go straight down on that one strip of grass. And again, this one has settings just similar to that one. It goes from like 2 to 15 or whatever. And then to open it, you pull the handle. So I'm spreading, not spreading. Spreading, not spreading. So the way this works is it has teeth and little holes that push the product down the holes. Just comes straight out. That's open, closed, open. Not sure if you can see that, but anyway, that's my 3 spreaders. So I'm really super excited about my Richmond lawn, because this coming week is where I'm gonna lay out a lot of seed and lime, and try to grow some grass this fall. Time for a demonstration. this is a broadcast spreader. I'm gonna turn it on and just spread this little space right here. Off. So I put this measuring tape out here to show you, and I know you can't see it, but basically it spreads it about 6 feet. So I can cover a big yard in a short time with this. Back at the Richmond house, and I just wanted to show you these spreaders. So this is my drop spreader, and you can see it doesn't quite go all the way across. It's 35 inches across, and this is 21, we'll go 22 inches. I just have to do 2 passes, I guess, and lay down twice as much, I guess. And this is yet another spreader I have. This is called the Handy Green. You basically put your hand in here, you put stuff in there, product, seed, fertilizer, whatever, and you just crank it. It works like the rotary, and the stuff comes out and it gets spread just like the broadcast rotary spreader. It has a button right here that opens the hopper so that the product goes down into it. It also has an agitator right here in the middle. It's pretty handy for small jobs, like if I have a little bit of seed or just a small piece, works pretty good. The Handy Green, another Scots deal.